Funny thing about losing everything, after a while there's nothing left for fear to threaten. They took the keys on a Monday morning. Bank man didn't look me in the eye. I packed my whole life in 2 old cases and left that house without goodbye. She'd been gone since early winter, left her ring beside the bed. Said she couldn't love a man who carried storms inside his head. My closest friends stopped calling when there was nothing left to spend. Funny how a crowded table gets smaller near the end. By March I had an empty wallet, one black coat and worn out shoes. I thought I'd reach the bottom with nothing left to lose. And something strange happened when everything was gone. I woke up one cold morning and realized I was still moving on. When you have nothing left to lose, there's nothing left to fear. No chains around tomorrow, no reason to disappear. Let the whole damn world walk out, let the rain come pouring through. A man becomes a different man when he's got nothing left to lose. Nothing left. I took a room above a tavern where the train shook every wall. Found some work unloading freight cars, didn't tell anybody at all. No photographs upon the dresser, no expensive watch to wind. For the first time in forever, nothing owned a peace of mind. I'd walk the river after midnight, watch the city burn with light. Nobody knew where I was going, nobody cared if I was right. And somewhere in those empty streets I heard my own voice coming through. It said, they already took your everything, what else can they do? That's when I stopped looking backward, stopped begging life to choose. You can't scare a man with losing when he's already learned to lose. When you have nothing left to lose, you finally learn what's yours. Not the money, not the woman, not the names behind closed doors. It's the way you keep on walking when nobody walks with you. That's when you meet the man inside, when you've got nothing left to lose. Years ago, I thought power meant having something everybody wanted. A beautiful house, a woman on my arm, money in the bank, a room full of men who knew was wrong. Power is standing in an empty room after all of it is gone, and realizing you're still the same man breathing, maybe stronger, because nobody can threaten to take yesterday from you. Nobody can steal what you've already survived. And once a man understands that, fear has nowhere left to live. When you have nothing left to lose, you stop asking who will stay. You stop living for approval. You stop giving fear your days. Let them whisper, let them leave you, let them say you're finished too. They don't understand the freedom of a man. Everybody knew I would answer the phone. Funny, nobody ever called just to ask about me. My brother called me late on Sunday, said his whole world fell apart. I drove 2 hours through the rain and sat beside him in the dark. My mother needed help last winter. I paid the heating bill on time. My oldest friend lost his father. I stayed beside him through the night. Everybody had my number. Everybody knew my door. They knew exactly where to find me when they couldn't take much more. And I was glad to be the strong one. That's the man I chose to be. But somewhere in all their troubles, nobody ever looked at me. They'd say you're always steady, you always find a way. And I'd smile like I believed it. Nobody asked if I was okay. Nobody asked if I was okay. They just knew I'd make it through. Nobody saw me after midnight, when I didn't know what to do. I carried everybody's troubles, like that's what strong men do. But nobody asked if I was okay, so I never told them the truth. I'm fine. Got pretty good at saying that. There was a Tuesday in November when I almost lost my job. The doctor called about my father, then the woman I loved was gone. 3 kinds of bad news in one evening. I sat inside my parked old car, watched the rain run down the windshield, didn't even try to start. My phone lit up around 11. For a moment I felt relief. Then a friend said, man, I need you. Something terrible happened to me. I wiped my face turned on the engine, drove across the sleeping town. Never mentioned my own problems. He needed someone more than I did somehow. Maybe that's the trouble with always looking strong. People stop imagining that anything could be wrong. Nobody asked if I was okay. They just knew I'd make it through. Nobody saw me after midnight, when I didn't know what to do. I carried everybody's troubles, never asked them to carry mine. Nobody asked if I was okay, and I kept saying I was fine. Then one night, an old man behind the bar put down the glass he was cleaning, looked straight at me and said, "Son, who's looking after you?" I laughed, not because it was funny, because I didn't have an answer. He poured some coffee, didn't give advice, didn't tell me to be strong, didn't say everything happens for a reason. He just sat there, and for the first time in years, somebody gave me permission not to have it together. So I told him about my father, about the job, about her, about the nights I drove around because going home felt too quiet. He listened, that was all, and somehow there are times a man has nothing left to explain. He just picks up his coat and leaves. Coffee sat there getting colder, 2 cups waiting by the sink. You said you'd be home before midnight. I knew more than you could think. I'd seen the messages that morning, didn't mean to look that far. But sometimes truth walks through the doorway before you're ready for the scar. I knew his name, I knew the hotel, knew the nights you said you'd work late. I sat there listening to the clock while anger learned to wait. In 12:15 I heard your key, then your footsteps in the hall. You walked inside expecting questions I didn't ask at all. You were ready with excuses, I could see them in your eyes. But when a man already knows the truth, he doesn't need another lie. I walked away without a word, didn't give you someone else to blame. I put my coat across my shoulders, left my key beside the door. You were waiting for a war that night, but I didn't love you enough to fight anymore. I walked away without a word, and silence said it all. Nothing left to say. You followed me down to the sidewalk. Rain was falling hard and cold. You kept saying, let me tell you, like another story changed what I knew. You reached out and touched my shoulder. I turned around but stayed composed. There was a time I'd cross an ocean just to keep from letting go. But something dies before the leaving, long before the final door. And standing underneath that street light, I didn't recognize us anymore. So I looked at you for one last second, at the woman I once knew. Then I turned toward the empty street and walked away from you. Revenge would have kept us connected. Anger would have made me stay. Sometimes the strongest thing a man can do is quietly walk away. I walked away without a word. Didn't beg you to explain. Didn't throw your secrets at you. Didn't try to give you back the pain. I left the pictures, left the promises, left the future on the floor. You were waiting for me to break apart, but I didn't need you anymore. I walked away without a word, and silence closed the door. Afterward, I imagined what I should have said. Every accusation, every question, every perfect sentence that would have made you understand exactly what you'd done. Then one night I realized something you already knew. You knew every time you looked me in the eye. You knew every time you came home late. You knew what it would cost if I ever found out. So what was left for me to explain? A man doesn't always need the last word. There was a time everybody knew my name. Then the money disappeared, and somehow, so did they. There was a chair they'd saved for me at every table downtown. Everybody shook my hand whenever I came around. My phone would ring before the sunrise. Someone always needed something done. They called me brother, called me family, said we'd always be as one. I picked up checks, I gave out favors, never kept a list of what they owed. I thought a crowded room meant friendship back when I didn't know. Then one bad year took everything, the business, house and car, and suddenly the people closest started standing very far. Nobody tells you how much silence one empty telephone can make, or how quickly I'll be there for you becomes another promise people break. I became the man they forgot when I had nothing left to give. Nobody asked where I was sleeping, nobody cared how I would live. The room got quiet, the chairs went empty, every friendly door got locked. That's when I learned who really knew me and who only knew what I had. I became the man they forgot. Funny thing about disappearing, you finally see who comes looking. I rented half a room above, a laundromat on 7th Street, worked the graveyard at a warehouse till my hands could barely move. I ate my dinner by the window, watched expensive cars go by, saw familiar faces through the glass, never once caught anybody's eye. At first that nearly broke me, and something changed with time. I stopped wondering who remembered, stopped wishing they'd ask why. I bought a second-hand old guitar, played it softly after work, and somewhere in those lonely evenings, being forgotten stopped hurting. When nobody expects you to be the man you were before, you get the chance to ask yourself who you're living for. I became the man they forgot, but I didn't disappear. I was building something quieter, while nobody was near. No borrowed smiles, no empty handshakes, no crowd telling me who I was. They forgot the man they once needed, so I finally learned to know myself. I became the man they forgot. Years later, I walked into that same old bar, same wooden counter, same corner table, even the same. for somebody. Sometimes he just needs the world to be quiet for a while. There's a little bar off Franklin where the lights stay low and warm. I take the corner by the window when the city turns to storm. The bartender knows my order, never asks me why I'm there. One glass sitting on the table and an old black leather chair. Outside headlights cut the rainfall. People hurry somewhere home. Inside an old guitar keeps playing, and I let myself be alone. No phone glowing on the table, no conversation I must hold. Just a man beneath the shadows and a drink that's getting cold. Some people run from silence like there's something there to fear. I've lived long enough to know sometimes silence makes things clear. Some nights a man just sits alone with all the roads that brought him home. No one to impress, no part to play, no careful words he needs to say. He thinks about the ones who left and all the things he can't correct, then raises one glass to the years. Some nights a man just sits alone and finally hears himself. Nothing wrong with a quiet night. I think about my father sometimes, how his hands grew old too fast. He'd sit alone out on the porch like he was talking to the past. Back then I couldn't understand him, thought his silence meant regret. Now I've got some gray around me and there are things I can't forget. I remember friends from younger days, some are gone and some just changed. Remember women that I once loved, whose last names aren't the same. I remember every foolish fight I thought I had to win. Funny how the older that you get, the less you need to win. Time doesn't answer every question, it just teaches you to live with the things you couldn't hold on to and the things you couldn't fix. Some nights a man just sits alone with all the roads that brought him home. No one to impress, no part to play, no careful words he needs to say. He thinks about the love that's enough to carry on. People think solitude must mean something went wrong. Maybe when you're young it feels that way, but there comes an age when a quiet room isn't empty anymore. It's filled with everyone you've ever been. There was a time I needed everybody to understand me. These days they can believe whatever they want. I used to answer every question, every rumor, every lie. Tried to make the whole world see me through the truth behind my eyes. If somebody misunderstood me, I would stay and make my case, spend an hour defending choices to a man who'd made up his mind anyway. I explained why I left that woman, why I walked away from friends, why I sold the house that summer, why some chapters had to end. Thought if I could find the right words, everybody might agree. Then I finally asked one evening, why should that matter to me? Some people hear your story only looking for a flaw, and you can spend your whole life talking to someone who won't listen at all. I stopped explaining myself to people who already chose what they wanted to believe from half a story someone told. I don't defend my silence, I don't justify my scars. If you need me to be the villain, then that's who you can think you are. I stopped explaining myself, and that's when life got quiet. Peace gets easier when you stop arguing with every opinion. An old friend saw me last December, said you've changed from who you were. I smiled and told him you're not wrong, didn't add another word. He wanted reasons, wanted answers, wanted names and dates and blame, but I didn't know an explanation for the man that I became. He wasn't there when I was breaking, wasn't there when money ran thin, didn't see the nights I questioned if I'd ever rise again. So why should someone who missed the battle get to judge the way I heal? Some lessons aren't meant for conversation, they're meant to change the way you live. brought me here. I know what every mile cost. I don't need another man's permission to make peace with what I lost. I've stopped explaining myself to people who weren't there when the room went dark around me and there was nobody who cared. I don't apologize for peace. If walking out preserved the man I am, then walking out was right for me. I stopped explaining myself and finally started breathing. Not every person who questions your choices deserves the story behind them. Sometimes no is enough. Sometimes I left is enough. Sometimes it didn't work is all anybody needs to know. People who love you don't need a courtroom, and people determined to misunderstand you won't be convinced by another hour of talking. So let them talk, let them guess, let them build whatever version of you makes their story easier. I imagined what I'd say if you came back. Funny thing is, by the time you did, I didn't need to say much at all. It was raining on a Thursday, and somebody knocked at 10. I wasn't waiting for a visitor, so I almost stayed in bed. Then I opened up the doorway, and there you stood beneath the rain. Same brown eyes I once got lost in, but something in them wasn't the same. You said, I know it's been forever. I said, yeah, it's been a while. You looked around my little apartment, then gave that old familiar smile. There was a time that smile could break me, make me give up everything. But standing there that Thursday night, I hardly felt a thing. You came looking for the man who used to wait beside the phone, but somewhere in the years you left me, he learned to live alone. She came back after I learned to live without her, after I stopped listening for her at the door, after I packed away the photographs and stopped asking what I'd done wrong. She said maybe we could start again, like all those years were just a blur. But she came back after I learned how to live without her. Timing, that's a cruel old thing. I let you in and made some coffee. You sat where you once used to sit. For a moment nothing had changed there. Then I noticed everything had. You told me about the cities, about the man who didn't stay, about waking up one morning and remembering my name. You said nobody ever knew you quite the way I used to do. And somewhere after all those years, you finally knew my love was true. I listened without anger, didn't need to make you pay, because I'd already spent too many nights giving yesterday away. I once would have given anything to hear you say those words. Now they sounded like an old song, beautiful, but no longer mine. She came back after I learned to live without her, after the empty side of bed became my own, after Sunday morning stopped feeling like reminders I was alone. She reached across the table, said there's still a chance for us. But she came back after I learned that missing someone isn't love enough. Timing, that's a cruel old thing. Leslie, don't you love me anymore? And I thought about it, because once I loved you enough to forgive almost anything, enough to wait, enough to blame myself for your leaving, enough to spend years imagining this exact moment. But love changes when it's left alone too long. Sometimes it turns into anger, sometimes regret, and sometimes, if you're lucky, it turns into gratitude for something that was beautiful before it ended. They tell a man to be strong. Nobody tells him where to put the pain. So sometimes he waits until everybody is asleep. Every morning at 6:30, I button up this old black coat, pour the coffee, check the weather, keep the worry from my voice. My daughter calls when money's tight. I tell her, baby, I'll find a way. My mother asks about my health. I smile and say I'm good today. At work they call me steady, the man who never loses ground. When everything begins to crumble, I'm the one they gather round. I've carried boxes, carried people, carried promises back home. And everybody calls me strong, but strength gets heavy when you're alone. I learned to hold my shoulders straight, no matter what the day had done. But nobody sees what happens when the night outlives the sun. The strongest men cry alone, where nobody hears a sound. Behind a locked apartment door, when all the lights go down, they wipe their eyes before the morning, put that steady face back on. The world sees men who never break, but the strongest men cry alone. Not because they're weak, because they've been strong for too long. The night my father left this world, everybody looked at me. My mother couldn't sign the papers, my brother couldn't even speak. So I chose the suit called the preacher, found the photograph we used, shook 100 hands that afternoon in polished Sunday shoes. People said, you're just like your father, strong until the bitter end. I thanked them all, drove mother home, and told my brother, call me friend. Then I parked outside my own place and sat there till 3:15, with both hands shaking on the wheel where nobody could see me. There are tears a man keeps hidden, not because he feels ashamed. Sometimes everybody needs his strength, so he waits to feel his pain. The strongest men cry alone in cars beneath the pouring rain, when nobody needs an answer and nobody knows their name. Then they breathe until it's over, dry their eyes and carry on. The world sees men made out of stone, but even stone can carry stones. The strongest men cry alone. My father cried too, I just never saw it. Maybe he sat in the same kind of parked car, maybe he stood in the garage after everybody went to sleep. Maybe some nights he stared at the ceiling, trying to figure out how he'd pay for everything, how he'd protect everyone, how he'd keep being the man we thought could handle anything. And maybe strength was never about having no tears. Maybe strength was getting up afterward, making breakfast, going to work, calling your mother, keeping your promises, and still having enough heart left to love somebody tomorrow. spent half my life trying not to lose people. Never noticed I was losing myself. Changed my plans to keep them happy. Changed the words I wanted to say. Stayed at tables where I wasn't wanted, just so nobody walked away. I laughed at jokes that cut me deeper. Said it's fine when it was not. Gave forgiveness without asking if forgiveness should be bought. I loved a woman more than reason. Lost good years convincing her to stay. Called some men my closest brothers till my money went away. Every time somebody left me, I wondered what I'd done. Never asked why keeping everybody left me knowing no one. Gone, and silence filled the room. For the first time there was nobody telling me who I should be. I lost everyone, but I found myself. There was nobody left to tell me who I was. I found a man beneath the pleasing, the one I buried underneath all those years of needing somebody to choose me. I lost everyone, but I found myself, and for the first time, that was enough. Sometimes an empty room shows you who's been missing. I started eating where I wanted, bought the old guitar I'd sold, drove 300 miles one Sunday just because the road looked good. Stopped checking who had called me, stopped wondering what they thought. Learned a quiet cup of coffee could be worth more than a crowd. Motorcycle that had gathered dust for years. Found some photographs of younger me before I learned to disappear. There was something in his eyes there, something stubborn, something free. And I realized that a younger man had been waiting there for me. Being alone stopped feeling like the punishment I'd feared. It became the quiet place where my own voice became clear. I lost everyone, but I found myself. I stopped chasing empty chairs and knocking on locked doors. I found peace inside the mornings, found some pride inside my name. I wasn't lonely, I was learning how to belong to myself again. I lost everyone, but I something unexpected happened. When I stopped chasing people, a few came back. An old friend called. She sent a message. Someone said, "We miss the old you." But the old me was exhausted. The old me said yes when he meant no. The old me confused being needed with being loved. The old me was terrified of eating alone, sleeping alone, walking alone. So no, I don't miss him. I used to answer everything. Every rumor, every challenge. Then I learned something. Silence saves a man. A lot of wasted battles. I used to walk into the fire every time they spoke my name. Thought a man defended honor by responding to the blame. Every disrespect became a battle. Every rumor needed truth. I spent half my younger years trying to prove what I could do. Then I watched an older gentleman sit quietly at the bar. Some fool tried hard to provoke him, but he never moved at all. He finished up his whiskey, put some money by the glass, then walked away without a word, like none of it could touch the man. That's when I learned real power doesn't always make a sound. The man who controls his own reaction can't easily be controlled. Silence made me dangerous, not because I came for war, because I stopped giving everybody the reaction they were looking for. I stopped showing where they hurt me, stopped announcing every move. When a man no longer needs approval, there's very little he can lose. Silence made me dangerous, because silence made me free. Let them wonder. Now I keep my plans much quieter. I don't tell them what comes next. I don't show the world my cards before I've even placed the bet. I stopped arguing with strangers, stopped correcting every lie, stopped explaining why I left or why some doors stay closed behind. If somebody walks away now, I don't chase them down the street. If a woman says she doesn't want me, I don't beg her to believe. If a friend betrays the table, I don't threaten they change the seat beside me. And remember what I've seen. They mistake the lack of anger for a man who didn't care. But calm is something different when you fought to put it there. Silence made me dangerous because I learned to wait. I stopped letting temporary feelings choose permanent mistakes. I don't need the room to feel me. I don't need them to approve. A man becomes hard to manipulate when nobody pulls his strings. Silence made me dangerous because silence made me think. Don't misunderstand the word dangerous. I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about a man who can sit alone without feeling lonely. A man who can lose somebody without losing himself. A man who hears an insult and doesn't need to answer. A man who can be underestimated without correcting anybody. A man who works while everybody talks, who waits while everybody rushes, who listens while everybody reveals themselves. That's a difficult man to control, because fear doesn't move him like it used to. Praise doesn't own him. Rejection doesn't break him, and silence gives him enough room to see things clearly.